Hey guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to do a Valentine's Day tutorial for makeup. It's not like Instagram Valentine's Day makeup, it's just gonna be like I'm going on a date for Valentine's Day, regular everyday face makeup. So that's what's going on. Before we actually really get started, I have a couple things. I made notes on my phone. I have a couple things that I just want to say before I forget. So first of all, I want to tell you guys that I'm really excited because when I was curling my hair to make this video, I realized how long it's getting, which obviously that oh my gosh moment is exciting because my hair is finally getting long again. I really I hate taking care of it when it's long, but I love the way it looks when it's long, so there's that. And then the second thing is for my hair. In case some of you might wonder if having it up like this is to have it out of my face to put on makeup, or if it's actually how I would wear it with the makeup I'm about to do, it's actually how I would wear it, minus the fact that normally I would usually just make a little poof right here with bobby pins. And this is kind of more of it's pulled back, and the reason for that is because I had this cute little, I don't know if you can see it, hold on, this cute little pink sparkly hair clip. And since that's kind of Valentine's Day-y, in my opinion, I thought it would just be cute to do that instead today. So, yes, this is not back because I'm putting on makeup. It just happens to be convenient that I did my hair first, but this is how I would actually wear it out with the makeup I'm about to do. And I also put on this sweater because this is something that I would wear. Obviously, I'm not going on my Valentine's Day date after I finish this video because it's only February 1st, but I wanted to put everything together kind of so you can see how it might look, or ideas of maybe how to pair it, stuff like that, you know, trying to go all in here. All right, and then next is, okay, so for this video, I am going along, making it up as I go, because I want to help you guys / inspire you guys for your Valentine's Day makeup. And I don't want to be sitting here doing something someone else already did and be like, hey guys, here's your inspiration that didn't even come from me, but it's my video. No, I don't want to do that. So I'm making it up as I go, and I didn't want to try to make a plan because I probably would have just looked up pictures, and then therefore my plan would have revolved around what someone else already did too. So we're just gonna have fun with it, and I'm really excited because obviously I love playing with makeup. Who doesn't love playing with makeup? So we're gonna do that, and I might have to fix a couple things. We'll see, but then you'll know if you want to do that or if you don't want to do that, and that's the point of the video. So, and then the last thing, and this is the most important thing I have to say, is if you want to do the same exact thing that I come out with in the end, and you want to do it along to the video and everything like that, I really want to stress the fact that you don't need the same exact products that I use in the video. And I'm sure that's pretty obvious, but just in case it would make someone feel better to hear it said, because I know, when I learned to do makeup, I learned by watching beauty gurus on YouTube. And everyone had this, really expensive, fancy makeup that they were using to do their tutorials. And they never, obviously, you're playing with makeup and you can do it your way and use your stuff and your colors. But no one ever specifically said to the camera, it's okay if you don't use what I have, just go along with it and have fun. And so I'm sure someone has, I just haven't seen it. And I want to be the one that says to my followers and my subscribers and my supporters, do what you want. Yeah, have fun with me and take my inspiration if you want, if you like it, and if you have the same stuff as me or you want to have the same stuff as me and use it, go for it. But don't be sitting there being like, oh damn, I'm so sad I can't do it because I don't have that stuff, or is it gonna look as nice if I do it with the things I already have and not the things that she has? Heck yeah, it's gonna look nice. The point is to have fun. If you have fun and you feel confident, you're gonna look confident. And if you had fun doing it, you're gonna look confident anyway, because you'll be like, yeah, look what I did. I feel so accomplished. So I just want to put that out there, because I know that if I had heard that, I think I would have had a lot more fun and been a lot more confident. And so I hope that I can help someone else feel the way that I wish I felt. And don't think, oh, I was really sad or anything. I don't want to make it sound like that, but I just know that if someone said that, I really would have appreciated it. So now here I am saying it to you guys. Now that I got that off my chest, let's jump into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy. And because I'm pretty sure when I go to edit this, I'm going to speed up some parts so that you're not watching like an hour-long video of me putting on makeup. But I want to show everything, but I don't want to waste your time, so I'll just have some parts probably played in a faster speed of playback. I'm just putting this in here so you know why I did that. The first thing is that I need to put on moisturizer, and this is like kind of old now and almost gone, and it's super cheap and it's like nothing special, so I'm just going to put it on until I feel like my face is sufficiently moisturized, which usually takes like a couple applications of like each section of my face. So we'll just go ahead and do that. I should probably point out that yeah, my face is clean because I washed it before I sat down, so. I just didn't moisturize because I wanted you guys to see that step, because to me moisturizing is part of the steps of me putting on makeup. Because if you've watched any of my other videos, I think it was my makeup collection video maybe, I said I put makeup on when I wake up in the morning, I put makeup on when I go to bed, I put makeup on every time I wash my face. Sorry, not makeup, moisturizer. Moisturizer, guys. Anyway, but I put moisturizer on before I put makeup on. I put moisturizer on when I take makeup off. Like, I'm just constantly applying moisturizer. So, because I said that, I just want to show you guys because that's how I do it. And I'm going to tell you how I do it. I got to be honest about the whole process, so. Oh, and then also, I should tell you, yes, I am wearing lip gloss right now. No, it's not the lip gloss that I'm going to wear with the makeup I'm about to put on, but I put it on when I sat down because I don't have any chapstick at my filming desk, and I definitely needed something on my lips because it's winter here, and they're super chapped right now, and I can't just, like, sit there. It's not even, like, a matter of hiding it because, yeah, they look pretty disgusting and you don't want to see that, but it's to the point where they hurt, and obviously, like, no one wants to deal with that, so I put some of that on, and when we get to the lips, I'll just wipe it off with one of the baby wipes, but I needed it to kind of like help a little bit, and it feels a lot better now. So now that we have our moisturizer on, I'm going to go ahead and apply my primer, and I have the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer that I'm going to be using. And I just wanted to say, I have some really random like habits and weird techniques that I use sometimes when I'm applying makeup, and this is the first like official tutorial that I've ever done. If you watched the penguin video, I guess I kind of did that, but it's not really a tutorial. It was kind of just like, oh, watch me do this. But anyway, so if you think that I'm doing something like weird, don't feel like you have to follow me, which I kind of said in the beginning, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out before you guys were like, what is she doing? And I'm like, tried something. Like, if you don't feel like you want to do something that I'm doing, don't feel like you have to. I'm sure you can achieve whatever you want doing it your way. And if you try something that I'm doing because you want to know how it works for you and it like goes really weird, don't get mad at me because I warned you. So yeah, like you're gonna see some weird like things that I do. You know, like something goes wrong and you have to come up with a solution. Specifically like in makeup when you're doing something that's like, it's art. So if it doesn't come out exactly how you wanted it to, you have to like come up with a way to work around that. And so yeah, I do that, and probably not in like traditional ways. So, but that's fine because, you know, in the end we all get the result that we were going for. So we make it work. And this stuff makes your face feel like super smooth, so I'm a fan. I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs color corrector. I'm taking my Marc Jacobs color corrector in the green, and I use this little brush. I think it's supposed to technically be a lip brush, but I use it. I don't like use this huge stick and like put it over my face. I take the brush and put it into the stick and then put it where I have the red spots. And I don't really have any like really bad red spots right now, but since I'm going all out, why not just cover them? Because then, you know, they disappear, and if you can make them disappear, why would you not? So just kind of layer it on where I need it. Yeah, you can, okay, I have to check and make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. So There's that. And then right here. So now that that's on, we'll take our foundation. I still just have the Clinique Fit workout makeup, which I do still love. So we're gonna do that. And instead of using those cheap little like beauty wedges that I had in my makeup collection video, I do actually use one of the beauty sponges that I got in my TJ Maxx haul. So there's that. And then I just put that on. Oh, and I used to like pour it onto the wedge, but now that I'm using the sponge, I actually like drip it onto my face and then blend it out. So, there's foundation. And I put some on and then blend it as much as I can. And then usually end up putting on a little bit more just to like finish the areas that I couldn't completely blend out to. Because this isn't like really super extra like work with me foundation. It's like throw me on and get to the gym. And this is also not an actual beauty blender. It's just a like knockoff beauty sponge. So it also doesn't work the best, but it works for me. And it's what I have. So it all works out in the end. But I've been thinking about getting a new foundation. And actually, now that I bring that up, I want to buy a new foundation to try and to like have in my collection. But I don't know which one I want to buy because obviously like, there are tons to choose from. And a lot of them work how they're supposed to. So it's like hard to just walk in and be like, I want that one. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions of ones that either you guys want me to try or that you already know are really good and would suggest to me, because I don't want to walk into the store and like stare at them and be like, how do I know which one I want? Because they're probably all fine, or like most of them are fine, and I had to figure out which one I actually want to like spend my money on today. So that would be nice. And I'm not doing my ears because they're pretty covered by my hair. Also, the foundation is not a different color than my skin. And my ears don't have anything to be covered, so I'm just gonna leave those. Just want to address why I'm not covering my ears, just because it's not exactly like necessary in the moment. So and I just want to point out, I got the Marc Jacobs color corrector from TJ Maxx, and it's not my favorite thing in the world, but it helps a little bit. And then whatever it didn't cover or whatever I'm not satisfied with, because it definitely takes away like the redness, but if you still see like the mark, I just go over it in the concealer step, which of course I'll show you guys. But yeah, I sit here and blend my foundation for like a good while because I don't like it to look cakey. And this is super light coverage foundation, so it's not hard. I'm just really picky is basically what's going on here. So we're gonna move on to concealer. And I actually have two. They're both by Maybelline. So first one is just the Maybelline New York. It's in the shade Ivory. I guess just like regular. I don't know. It looks like this if you guys are curious. So it's a little bit lighter than my skin, and I use it for under my eyes. And I make those little triangles and fill them in. Yes. I like this part because then I go from like looking like I haven't slept in 3 days to looking kind of okay. And then I put some down my nose to, of course, make a little flower, and then make a little X, and then blend it all out. And then after I blend that out, that's when I'll take the other one and explain that, of course, in a second, and kind of like go over those spots that I wasn't completely satisfied with. See the difference? I don't know, I do, and it makes me really excited, so. And once again, I know I make those crazy faces when I'm like working with my under eyes and my eyes, and I can't help it, and it's never gonna go away, so we're all just gonna have to get used to it. Now, for like here and right here, I'm going to take my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, which is also in the shade Ivory, but it seems, if you hold them up next to each other, the Instant Age Rewind seems a little bit darker than this one, and it kind of goes on my skin that way too. And so I have used this under my eyes, and it works fine, just like the other one because it's lighter. And I'm also allergic to goji, and this has goji in it, and so it makes me a little nervous to use it under my eyes, and I did, and it didn't, nothing like weird happened, but I'm scared to like do it too much, I guess, which probably sounds weird if I already did it and it went fine, but just let me be weird. So anyway, I'm just gonna plop some of this here, and I put a pretty good amount because then I just blend it out, and some right here, and then that, well, I guess I can cover it a little bit, and then right here. Yeah, like I said, the Marc Jacobs thing definitely is not my favorite, but it helps because I feel like trying to use concealer alone with my like very light coverage foundation and then my pretty light coverage concealers that I have, that would take forever to try to put layers. So I guess like having that layer to like remove the redness takes only one layer. Well, obviously I could put foundation, but then it only takes one layer of the concealer to kind of like finish it off. So that's nice. Otherwise I'd sit here and like have to apply like a million layers of concealer to get it to go away. So I appreciate that. And everything I do is completely like covered anyway, so you can still see it. To me it just like is more faded in. It doesn't look quite as like, I don't know, you can't see it quite as much, so it just looks like softer. I would love to use full coverage, but I don't have any, and also my husband does not love the way that that looks at all. He would prefer I wear no makeup actually, so if I'm gonna wear makeup, especially for him, like, you know, for Valentine's Day, for a date, you wanna look, I don't know about you, but I want to look good for him, because it's Valentine's Day. And so I want to wear makeup. I don't want to like go on a date and not wear makeup, but I just want to I want to wear makeup that he's not going to sit there and be like, what are you doing to your face? You know what I mean? So yeah. And don't think I'm like trying too hard to please him or anything. Like sometimes, or I would do makeup for myself, yes, but because it's Valentine's Day, I want to be in the spirit of what's going to make him happy, because I feel like that's the point of Valentine's Day is, you know, like making your partner happy and spending time and being happy together. So just put that out there, I guess. Anyway, so the concealer, obviously we have to set everything. So for my under eyes, I have this e.l.f. Specifically for your under eyes powder. It says it's sheer, but it's like brightening. So we're gonna do that. And where's my brush? I use this like fluffy brush right here. Pretty sure this came from Victoria's Secret like many years ago, so I put like a good amount. I'm not baking, you'll see, because I don't leave it, but I put a good amount to make sure that it's pretty on there. And I just go all in here and put like I said, a good amount. Okay, so we got that on there, and then I'm just going to take a regular old powder brush. I guess I'll use this one because I love it. It's the one that has the fancy handle. Oh, it just makes me so happy. And I take the NYX Hydra Touch Powder Foundation, which I just use as a regular like setting powder. It does go on a little bit dark, but whenever everything's finished, oops, I opened the wrong one. When everything's finished, it doesn't look crazy or anything. I just swirl it and then go ahead and put it on. It's not the perfect shade for me, but it will be in the summer, and since I'm lazy and this works, and it looks like a little funky. Well, you can't really see it because the lights. It looks a tiny bit funky right now, but when everything's finished, it will look fine. So I just go with it because I'm lazy. When I go shopping for a new foundation, maybe I'll pick up a new powder. I don't even want to get a powder that has a shade. What I really want is a translucent one, and then I'll probably get a nicer one for under my eyes too. because I like the one that I have from e.l.f. but it's not super brightening. I want to get something a little bit more actually brightening. And then I take this clean, it's just another powder brush, but it's clean, and kind of like wipe everything off under my eyes in case there's any more powder sitting there. Probably isn't, but I put a good amount of powder under there before I did the all over powder. So that's done. Now we're moving on to eyes. But before we actually get into them, we need to put eye primer. So I use my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the shade Original, and I've been using this stuff ever since I started wearing makeup. I absolutely love this stuff. I think it's the greatest stuff ever. I'd recommend it to each and every one of you. And now that they changed their packaging, it used to be like a squeezy, but now it has a doe foot applicator. I love it even more. So I just put a little bit of that on each lid, and then obviously blend it out. I use my finger for this. It's kind of weird because I'm like really weird about using my fingers for makeup, but when I put on moisturizer, maybe because that's like a given that you're going to use your finger, doesn't bother me. And when I put on the primer, I guess same thing, doesn't bother me, and this really doesn't bother me. But like when people are like, oh, just use your fingers for your eyeshadow, I'm like, I can't do it, I can't do it, I don't like it. So yeah. Anyway, but like the stuff that I guess you would like normally use your fingers for doesn't bother me at all. So I don't know what's going on inside my head, but that's me. And then I just rub this out till it's dry, and it makes for a wonderful base, and I absolutely love it. So to start, I think I'm gonna go in with my Fashion Fanatic palette by MAC. Because it kind of has these like pinks and purples going on, which I feel like is going to be useful for Valentine's Day. But then if any of you saw my ColourPop mystery bag video, I also got a couple eyeshadows in there, which I want to try to work in, specifically these are the Super Shock, the Party of Five, because it's kind of like a pinky neutrally color, but like really shimmery. I think that would be really cute and not too much. And then maybe I'll use the Drift, also Super Shock. That one's a little bit darker, so we'll see where I take this, because like I said, I don't have a plan. Even right now, I don't have a plan, even though I'm like literally about to start. But I opened those like basically just in time, and I haven't used them yet, and I'm obviously excited about them because who isn't excited about new makeup? So we'll see how that goes. But for now, I'm going to start with we are going to go in the crease with Totally Fierce, which is this one, because it's got a more like pinky tone to it, as a blending shade, because I'll probably put like other things there, but I want to put like a base to help whatever else I put there blend out easier, instead of just like throwing something like crazy on my skin and be like, why aren't you blending? So we're gonna do that. And for that, so I'm gonna use this brush for that, which is like an angled shadow brush basically, but I like that it's like fluff, like thick kind of for the crease, because it'll kind of blend it easier. And like I said, Totally Fierce, which is that like pinky neutrally color, and I just swirl it around and shake it off. And then if you're wondering why my camera like angle slash shot keeps changing, it's because my camera is, I don't know, deciding that it doesn't want to do its job today and keeps shutting off randomly, and it's at 50% battery, so not the battery. So we'll just kind of keep working through it, and you're gonna have to deal with like random changing shots, but that's where we're at right now. So anyway, just going to take this kind of like lightly in the crease, and first I start like that, and I just go back and forth from corner to corner, and this can be kind of messy because first of all, because it's a light shadow. So if you're not using the same things as me, make sure it is a light to a neutrally-ish shadow, because this is just giving us something to work with. And then I'm going in circles to kind of blend it out even more, because I want this to be very wide, because like I said, it's supposed to help us make everything look blended in the end. So you want this, not a mess I shouldn't say, but it kind of is a mess, because it's not like we're putting it neatly on the lid. We're not doing that right now. So yeah, just blend it out. And you don't need a whole lot either, because it's going to be pretty, whatever you use, but it's not the star of the show. It's just a little helper. So yep. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's kind of like all over the place, and that's exactly what we want because we're gonna use this to blend everything else into the skin, because obviously like we're not taking our eyeshadow all the way out here, so right here is where the darker slash whatever design we end up with is going to blend into the skin tone and not look crazy. And if you like that look where it's just eyeshadow packed onto your lid and then there's like a clean line, awesome. I like that look too. Actually love it. I do it all the time. I'm just not doing that look today. So that's why I'm explaining what I'm doing in my whole like blending out. Or if you don't know how to blend out, this is how I do it. So like I said, I just start going kind of like following the crease, but obviously like this brush and stuff, like we're not staying in the crease, we're just using the crease as like a marker, and then going and doing the big circles to make sure that it's getting all over the place, which is really weird because when do you want your makeup to go all over the place? Well, when you're doing makeup with Janessa, we want our makeup to go all over the place sometimes. So we're doing it. I don't even know if my eyes are even right now. But it doesn't matter because half of it's going to be covered anyway when we put on the actual colors to our lid. And just so you guys know, this look is going to end up being really sparkly no matter what I do. And look where I messed up. That's horrible. That we're going to have to get rid of. We'll just use a powder brush for that. But this is definitely going to end up being sparkly because I love sparkles. And what's better than sparkles on Valentine's Day? So back to this clean powder brush that I have here and just kind of like wipe that away slash blend it in. So kind of go like that. Because this is a light color, it's okay if you mess up because it's really light and it's easy to get rid of. So yeah, that's already gone. It was just a couple of swipes of my powder brush. Got that blended in. Oops, and we lost a little hair there. But yeah, that's perfectly fine. So that's that. And then we are going to take a normal eyeshadow brush. This is like my favorite brush. I use this brush all the time. And I have other of the same like, you know, like brush heads. But it has to be this black brush, this black sparkly brush. I use it all the time. All the time. And the cat stole it once and I almost had a panic attack. I was like, I need my brush back. Even though I have like 3 others the same exact shade. It has to be this one. So still in the MAC palette, this one is the actual Fashion Fanatic shade. This like kind of bright pink right here. And I'm just going to take it on the tip of this brush. If you can, yeah, you can see that. And then this time, way more carefully, I'm going to put it in my actual, I'll start on this side, put it in the actual crease. So I just want to point out that in my crease, I'm not going to use the brush this way, okay? Like against my crease, I'm going to use it this way. So it's kind of like with my crease, you know, if it were a line, instead of using it this way, I'm going to use it this way. So it's not thickening my crease, it's just going in my crease, if that makes sense. I'm just going to start in the middle and kind of go like that, following the crease. And yeah, you're gonna blend it a little bit, but we're not gonna make big circles and go all over the place. We're just gonna kind of go back and forth, being careful to stay in the crease and let it blend itself out. So we're just gonna go over it and over it and over it until it looks more blended. And I did use a good amount, as you can see, and these this MAC palette is pretty pigmented, so there's that. And if you think it looks crazy right now, it'll be okay, because we're gonna put more color on the lid, I promise. Actually, I really like the way this is coming so far too. So, and remember, this is like Valentine's Day inspired, not too crazy. So like, it doesn't have to be for an Instagram photo, and that's all you can do with it. You can totally wear it out on your Valentine's Day date. I'm just pointing this out that it is Valentine's Day because it's gonna be super pink compared to what I would probably wear if I were going on a regular date or like going on a night out. So yeah, that's why this is super pink, but this is going nicely so far. So the reason this is blending out so nicely and smoothly is because I put that other like blending shade in there as a base to have this something to like blend into, because pink, like this hot pink, dark pink, magenta pink, whatever you want to call it, is not going to blend out into skin tone as nicely as the light shade would. And if you're darker skin toned, I would still recommend using the lighter shade before using the pink, because it's still going to be like a more like natural hue to blend into than this bright magenta pink. So just so you know. Okay, so same thing, not against the crease, but with the crease. You can see that, not against, but with. So here we go, staying in the crease. And for me to find my crease, I don't go like lower crease, like I don't follow my eyelid and stay like at the crease there. I actually go like in the middle of my true crease and just follow that whenever I'm doing crease work. To find it, I leave my eye partially open while I'm doing it, so I don't go like that and have everything like wrinkled together, and I don't keep it all the way like open either, because then I can't get the brush in the crease. So I have it like partially closed slash like kind of look down at the mirror to do it, so I can see where it is and really get the brush all the way in there. So I feel like those are both sufficiently blended out. They're not blended evenly, but it doesn't matter because we're going to be covering them with other shadow. The important part is that the top part is blended evenly. So now I have that going, and now we're going to go in here with some actual colors on the lid itself. And so this is the same like head, maybe a little bit thicker. I don't think so. I think it's the same. And my exciting handle. I love that so much. It's never going to get old. And what I'm going to do is take ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Drifts. This is like the darker pink one. I'm excited. I'm going to put that on the outer portion of the lid. My brush is completely dry, and I've never used this shadow before, so I don't know if I'll have to make it wet if it's not working, but we're going to see if it works dry first and see how it goes. So I put just a little bit on the brush, and I'm just going to do the outer corner, and that's it. And it kind of, yeah, I did it on purpose, and I just want to make sure that it's going. It is. So this color actually matches the Fashion Fanatic shade really well. It's just that this one's going to come off a little bit more shimmery. And now that I look at it, the Fashion Fanatic shade and also the Totally Fierce are both a little bit shimmery, but they're not like crazy shimmery. It doesn't look insane having it in my crease, though I would be fine with that if they were, but I know some people aren't. They look fine. This one, this Super Shock, is going to be a little bit more shimmery, and I'm noticing that this is not very like powdery, so that's actually really nice because you have to worry a lot less about fallout. But we're just taking this and putting on, you don't have to, the really nice thing about these two specific shades, so that might be like the one benefit of using all the same stuff I'm using, is that these match really well, so it's not going to be hard to blend this into the crease color. But I will show you, if you're not using the same exact things, you're using your own color scheme slash your own products, they don't match kind of perfect quite as perfectly as these two do, you just put it on the outer corner, the color that's on your lid, and then work it into the crease a little bit like that. That's all you gotta do, and then it'll blend nicely. But for me, I don't really have to worry about that, so that's pretty neat. So I'm just dropping this on the outer corner, kind of willy-nilly, because I don't want this to look super clean. I want it to look nice and blended and kind of flirty, so I think that eye is good. Now we're gonna move to the other eye, and this is really bold for me, these pinks I have going on right now, but because it's Valentine's Day inspired, I'm really loving it, so that's neat. And then we're going to do the other eye, pop it on the outer corner, move it. I move it kind of like halfway, but I also don't really have an exact like formula or anything that I do. I just do it until I think I'm satisfied. And like I said, blend it a little bit into the crease, you don't have to like too much. Yeah, that looks good. And then we are going to go clean up the whole thing with the lighter Super Shock shadow that I got from ColourPop on the rest of the lid and kind of like blend the bottom with the top that we have going on here. Next one is still Super Shock shadow. This shade is Party of 5. It's still very shimmery, but it comes off more naturally, and I swatched it in my video of me opening the bags, so if you wanted to see that, just check that out. And I'm going to use this brush right here so I can kind of get it concentrated into the inner corner a little bit more too. Of course, you don't have to do the same thing as I'm doing. This is probably one of my really weird techniques that no one else would ever do. But that's how I'm going to do it because I feel like it fits in my inner corner pretty nicely. So I'm going to use that, just like a little dome brush. And take that and this shadow. And this also, if I may say so myself, packs it in pretty well. So just gonna go right in here. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. And then just follow the normal outline of the lid. And we're gonna pack this on nice and good. And this actually is more shimmery than the Drift, so that's kind of fun that the inner corner is a little bit more shimmery. It's like faded shimmer inner corner to outer corner. And you just basically blend it wherever you want to, and fill in the parts of your lid that didn't yet have any shadow, and just pack it on as much as you want to.
Just color everything up. Blend everything together.
I'm liking the way this is turning out. I was a little nervous because I came into this without a plan, but I'm feeling pretty satisfied at the moment. You know, there's still time to mess something up, but right now I am happy and also excited. So now that I'm finished putting the shadow on, I just want to finish up the eyes with, we're going to use this color. It's called Outfitted. It's in the Fashion Fanatic palette, and we're going to take this this is actually a paintbrush, not a makeup brush, but I bought it as a makeup brush and have used it as a makeup brush the whole time I've owned it, so don't worry about that. But it's kind of like rectangular. It's almost like a lip gloss brush, but more rectangular, I would think. Anyway, this is the shade Outfitted, this like shimmery one up here, kind of gold, kind of light. And we're gonna use it to lighten up the inner corner and highlight the brow bone. So I'm just gonna stick a little bit right in there, just like that. That's it. And that's enough. This isn't going to be as brightening as, you know, like one of the white shades I might use sometimes on other looks, but it's enough for this. I don't want to use white because I want to keep with the theme of being kind of like romantic and like cute and pink, of course. So now I did the inner corners, just going to take a little bit along the brow bone to lighten up. And this is relatively sparkly, so if you're not okay with that, obviously you don't have to use this, but I love sparkles. So yeah, that makes me happy, and I feel like it's appropriate since it's a special occasion. Yeah, okay. So obviously you have all of your own options that you have at home if you don't like that, or you can use that in the inner corner or something similar in the inner corner and then still use a different shade under the eyebrows if you wanted to, but I'm perfectly okay with adding more and more and more sparkles, so just want to throw that in there. And then before we do anything else, we will clean up any possible fallout, just in case, with that clean powder brush that I told you about that I've been using throughout the video. Just kind of gently put it as close as you can to the inner corner and then sweep out, same thing, and that just kind of, in case there was fallout, removes it so you're not walking around with, like, you know, pink dust on your cheeks if you didn't really want it there. What we need to do under the eyes, we have to tie in our lower liner with our, you know, our bright pink that we have going on our lids. So to do that, I don't want to put, obviously I want to put shimmer on my under eyes. I don't want to put too much shimmer, so I'm going to take I'm going to use this eyeliner brush slash eyebrow brush I use as an eyeliner brush. We are going to use the Drift again from ColourPop. We're going to use that with the angled brush, and we're going to put it on the underneath, kind of like eyeliner with the angled brush, but we're only going to put it halfway. So kind of like if you're drawing a line from the corner of the outer corner of your eye, and this is the outer corner because this is a darker color. So if you're doing a line from the outer corner of your eye, if you're looking straight ahead, to the center of your pupil, that's where you want to stop. So and I pull my cheek down too because I feel like I have like fat cheeks and bags, of course, that like get in the way and I don't want to get the makeup all over, so I pull down my cheeks so I have like a cleaner canvas, I guess. Very carefully. And we run that along, and I try to make it thin. If it comes out a little bit thick, that's okay, because obviously like you want people to see all the effort you put in. I just don't want it to be like super thick. So I'm doing that, and then I stop right about there, which is about halfway. And I'm just going to do the other eye. And I make sure out here I tie it in with the top, so I kind of like, you know, outline the rest too. And then we're going to take it about halfway. We're going to use our Totally Fierce to blend it out back to all the way to the inner corner. And when we're blending, we're going to start in the inner corner and work our way out to meet the drift. And we're going to take it slightly over the drift to blend them together. So start at the inner corner and just work out until it blends over drift just a little bit. And of course, if you want, you can use, you could, if you say you had the same colors I had, you could do the drift on the outside and then the Party of 5 on the inside. I just don't want to put too many sparkles on the bottom, which normally, like, obviously it's fine. I love sparkles. I just don't exactly feel like it right now. So I'm kind of toning it down to Totally Fierce, which is still shimmery, just not quite as sparkly as Party of 5. So, and then we're going to go do the same thing with the other side. Start in the inner corner, work our way out until we overlap with drift just a little bit. So they're kind of blended together. And if you want to, you can do black on your waterline and black eyeliner. And you could do a wing, of course. I don't want to do a wing, and I don't want to do black eyeliner, and I don't think I want to do a black waterline. I think I'm actually going to go in with like a neutral / brightening color. I want to make my eyes look a little bit more open. Now I'm going to take on the hip side, which is this color right here in the MAC palette, this one. I'm going to take that and put my eyeliner brush in it. I don't have a stick or a pencil eyeliner of the shade that I would want to do this, so I'm just going to use powder. And if you're wondering why I'm putting powder in my waterline, I actually put powder in my waterline all the time, even if I'm doing black eyeliner, because I take my black pencil eyeliner and put it in the waterline, and then I actually set it, I guess, with black eyeshadow. So yeah, I'm used to putting powder in my waterline. You don't have to if you don't want to. I just do it because I feel it lasts longer, and I don't really have a problem. So if you're like too scared, by all means, don't do it. But I'm comfortable with it, so I just pull it down and put it in. And this is just to kind of help me brighten it up a little bit. Not that it wasn't already bright, but to kind of open up my eye. I don't know, it's kind of like gross probably to watch that, but you know, gotta show you all the steps. Can't leave anything out here, so. So if you're wondering what I'm doing while I'm like fighting with my camera, don't worry, I'm not doing any behind the scenes makeup or anything. I'm actually using these makeup wipes that makeup brush wipes that I have to kind of like wipe off my brushes. So I'm not like sitting here just like staring at the wall and doing something productive, but also I don't really want to do anything without you guys. So I'm just doing that in the meantime. Okay, so next we need to do the rest of our face. So I realized I skipped over like bronzer and stuff. I'm not using blush because I don't actually have any. It's not my favorite product. I'll probably use it in some videos in the future. I don't have it right now, and I have no desire to have it at the moment. So we're gonna start with bronzer, and I still have the same bronzer I've had this whole time, which is the Bronze Goddess from Estee Lauder. Yes, so we're gonna do that, and it's huge, and I've kind of hit pan, so for that I'm going to use this powder brush. Yes, I realize, but this is what I use for my bronzer, and I kind of once again make a mess of it. So you'll see what I do. Let's jump in here. So I swirl it around, and then I, you know, tap off the excess, and then I go, you make that like funny, like I'm putting on bronzer face, and like chisel out your cheeks, so it's kind of like contour, but I don't actually do the whole contouring thing. Oh, and I need to mention, obviously I didn't do my eyebrows, but that's because I don't do my eyebrows, because as you can see, I don't really feel a need to. I feel like I was blessed with some amazing eyebrows. Yes, I know. Sorry. But yeah, I don't do them. So if you need to do your eyebrows / want to do your eyebrows, the best time to do that, I would recommend to be after your foundation and before your concealer, so between the two, so you can kind of evenly put foundation on your face and then do your eyebrows, and then you can clean them up with concealer if you want to like make cleaner lines. So sorry, I forgot to mention that. There's that. If you need a tutorial on your eyebrows, I would suggest looking for one from Kelly Strack. She's like my favorite YouTuber ever, or whoever your favorite YouTuber is. Go ahead and just like search eyebrow tutorial. I'm not the person to ask for that because I don't do my eyebrows, so I don't actually know how to do them, and I wouldn't be helpful, and I don't want to waste your time. But just in case you're following along with my tutorial and you're like, when do we do the eyebrows? I will not, so I apologize for that, but that is my recommendation of when to do them, and also my recommendation of where to find help if you need it. So I already have the product on my brush. You know, you saw me do that forever ago before I went into that whole spiel. So now let's actually apply it to my face. So it's gonna be really funny, but I make these like weird faces, you know what I'm talking about. So we do this. Define the cheekbone, carve it out, and then I go all over down here. And then I'm gonna go around my jaw, probably get more, do the other side, carve it out, and then go all the way down here and go around the jaw. You know, make a mess, put it all over, have fun with it. Do that. And this brush is super old, so it always leaves like brush hairs on my face, which I'll just take off in a minute, but yeah. It's my favorite bronzer brush. I couldn't even tell you why, but I gotta use it. I gotta use it. Okay, so we do that, and then we're going to also do the forehead, of course. So I go right on my hairline. If your hair is too light for that, I apologize. I don't really have a solution for you, but for me, I like to do it literally on my hairline to kind of blend that in there. So I do that. And then that's it for bronzer. That's now, because of the fact that that brush always leaves hairs all over, take the clean powder brush that I've been using this whole video and just kind of brush those off. You can use fingers if you want to. I got a in there. I just don't feel like it, which we've been over. So there's that, and that's good. All right, now my favorite part, and I'm super excited for this because I'm going to use my new ColourPop highlighter. It's my first time and I love highlighter, so I am, you know, very excited. So this is the Super Shock Cheek highlighter in the shade Guilty Pleasure. I'm so excited! You can see it right there. And then I'm going to use this brush, which is more of like a crease slash highlighter shaped brush. I don't know what that's odd. It has like a little stain in it. I don't know what that is, but it's clean, I promise. Swirl it around. Maybe just like pack it on a little bit more. Yep, there we go. We're packing it on. That's better. Now you can like really kind of see it more. We're just gonna scoop that up a little bit. Just a little bit, kind of like blend it out or up and around. Yep. And we're gonna do it again over here. Put more. Yeah. Now you can see it too. We're gonna scoop it. Alright, and then we're gonna of course put a little bit on the bridge, or yeah, the tip of our nose. Yes, that's cute. And then Cupid's bow, just go over that a little bit. Yep. Alright, now we're pretty much finished. So I have you guys zoomed in now so we can do lashes so you can see what I'm doing. And because I want to be a little bit flirty, we're going to use these Ardell 105 lashes. I don't actually have the box, they've already been used. So they're also already trimmed for my eyes. But remember, if you're just opening the lashes for the first time or just using a pair for the first time, remember to trim them. Also, if you want to use something more natural, obviously go for it. And if you don't want to use lashes at all, obviously go for it. You can use mascara. You can just go bare lashed if that's what you like. I'm sure you're still absolutely beautiful. So you do it your way because this is your face and you do what you want. But I'm going to go ahead and use these, and I'm going to apply lash glue. And I have this tube of Duo. Sorry, upside down. It's okay, you can see it. I'm just gonna put that on there. So it's been about 30 seconds. And remember, when you're putting on lashes, this is why I have you guys zoomed in so you can see what I'm actually doing, but when you're putting on lashes, remember to be looking down at the mirror, down like this, and have your eye open so you can actually see where you're putting them, and you want to put them as close to your natural lashes as you can. And I'm sorry guys, my camera kind of died right in the middle of that, but that's okay, you could see me do this eye. So I'm going to do the same exact thing I did the first time, and then we will apply the glue, let it get tacky, and then go ahead and apply them to my eye. Okay, so it's been about 30 seconds now, so we're going to go ahead and apply this set, and same way, looking down. Stick it on. And then just finish sticking it on, basically. You want to get it as close to the natural lash as you can. That wasn't exactly tacky enough, so I'm kind of just going to let it set there for a second. And then when it kind of starts to stiffen up, we'll try to squeeze it back to the eye a little bit more. The lashes on now, so it's time for mascara, and for the top lashes I'm still going to use the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot, and I'm just going to put this on with the falsies on to blend my natural lashes with the false lashes. So just put it on like normal, no big deal. And if you want to, once you put the mascara on, you can take your fingers and kind of squeeze your natural lashes into the falsies. That step is not necessary, but sometimes if I'm wearing the more dramatic falsies, kind of like these, I like to do it just to blend them better. And then if I'm wearing like more somewhat natural looking falsies, I just leave it because it looks fine. And it looks fine even if you're wearing more dramatic ones and you don't press them, but I'm like super picky, so I just do it for myself. And then for the bottom lashes, I use the Maybelline Falsies Volume Express, the purple one. And I've explained this before, but I do this because it has that bendy thing in the middle. And so I feel like it does a nice job. It doesn't make them too dramatic because I don't like the bottom lashes to be like super out there because they're the bottom lashes, and that's just my personal opinion. So just put a little bit of mascara on the bottom here. Basically, my goal with my bottom lashes is to make them show up, not to make them dramatic. And then if they want to stick together, which they do sometimes when they want to be stubborn, I just take my little like comb brush and kind of like go sideways and down as I comb them, so like this zigzag kind of, and that just separates them. And of course, personal preference, you can put more or less, but I'm happy with this the way it is. But I've decided that I want to try out this new ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip in the shade Doozy that I got in my mystery bag. It looks like this, and I want to try that out. I think it'll look nice. So I'm going to put that on. I'm going to use the Beauty Rush flavored lip gloss in Indulgence that I've had forever, that I use all the time, and just add my sparkles and kind of soften / lighten it up a little bit. We'll do that. But for my first time ever using a ColourPop lip product, and also being an ultra blotted lip, I really like this, and it's very bold for me, what I'm used to. I think it's perfect for Valentine's Day to add, you know, like that pop and kind of be like a little flirty. And I definitely think that I will be able to get some use out of this. It's going to help me be creative, I think, and bring me out of my comfort zone in an exciting way, not like a scary way. So I also somewhat need the lip gloss to help my lips not be so dry, because they're super dry right now, which I obviously touched upon in the beginning of the video as well. Just real quick before I forget, I wanted to say I'm so sorry about how many times my camera died during this video. I will definitely try to fix that for next time, but thank you for sticking with me through it. Okay, So that's the look, which is very flirty, not too crazy, not too like, I don't know, out there, not like scary to do or try or anything by any means. So I'm liking it. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think I covered everything I needed to say about the video while I was making the video, like as it popped into my mind. So last thing I want to say is, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to offer me your encouragement and obviously support, and I really appreciate it, so thank you very much for that. Thank you for watching the whole video, sticking around. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And I guess that's it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.